Kalani's made a lot of the third downs, obviously. I think he said the average is 3rd and 9 for you guys against TCU. What's the goal this week to get better on that?
I think we're close to 3rd and 9 for the season.
Okay.
I think it's somewhere around there. Yeah. We got, obviously it sounds too simple, but you just have to play better on 1st and 2nd down. We're not making enough yards on the early downs, and we're putting ourselves in tough 3rd and 9s, 3rd and longs, a lot of those, and those aren't easy. The last couple of years we've been good on 3rd down because we get ourselves to a manageable distance, and then a lot of times we would be in a position to be really aggressive on 3rd down because we could even use 4th down if we were close enough. But this year it's been a struggle being 3rd and long all the time. So the goal is just to be more efficient on early downs.
Kalani said on Monday that pretty much everything was on the table to get to some of those 3rd and manageables.
Yeah.
Have you thought at all about like what you can do, maybe play calling wise, is like running the ball less on the table or anything like that?
I mean, I've thought about everything. I mean, and not trying to mock your question or anything like that. I'm just literally like don't sleep, working 24/7 on this, and so we're looking at every option we have to just, whether it's players, every player we have in the program, every scheme you can think of that might have a chance. At this point in the season, it's hard to put in completely new schemes. Those things usually don't turn out well if you practice them for 2 or 3 days. But we are constantly evaluating everything we do.
We were just talking to Cody, and he gave like a lot of personal responsibility on himself. He said, I need to be better, I need to do this, I want to do these things that'll help it trickle to the team. He said a lot of the players are doing that after this tough loss. Is that what you see from the guys, and how valuable is it?
Yeah, we have good guys on this team. I appreciate their accountability, and it starts with me. I've told the players Monday that the product on the field is my responsibility, and it hasn't been good enough, and so I'll never blame them. I'll always stand here and take any questions and take any heat that comes, and when we've been really good on offense, that's been nice, but lately we have not been good enough, and so that's on me, and so I'll never blame them, and I appreciate them being accountable, though. We do need that. We need everybody in the program to look at themselves and see what they can do better, coaches and players.
I wanted to ask about Keanu, obviously his connection to Texas Tech with his dad and everything.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he was recruited here and just bringing him to BYU?
Yeah, I do. I wasn't directly involved in his recruitment, so I've gotten to know Keanu more since he's been here, and he's, just a joy to coach. He's a great kid, and talk about someone who's accountable, and there's been times in his career where he was playing a lot and then not playing very much for a while because like Puka and Sampson and some guys came back from injury, and then when he did get his chance, he played really well again. Never complained, just kept working. He's a team guy all the way.
Has he been banged up at all this year, and do you
Yes.
expect him to play?
Yeah, he's pretty banged up for a few weeks now. He's not quite 100%. He's just a really tough kid, so he keeps wanting to play every week, but he is limited right now. He's been limited for a bit, and so he's just battling through it.
Is there any concern about the amount of hits that Keaton's taken? He got it pretty slow a couple of times against TCU.
Of course. I mean, we are doing a decent job in pass protection considering the fact that our run game is struggling so badly. The best pass protection is a great run game. And the last few years when we've been able to run the ball well, our play-action pass has been pretty deadly, and that's where we've gotten most of our explosive plays. And with our struggles in the run game, now the play-action pass is sort of not as viable as it's been, and then you become more reliable on just straight drop-back pass. And once the other team can pin their ears back, man, it gets tough. So considering the fact that we're in that position, I'm proud of our O-line for how they've protected in our court and our running backs. I mean, we definitely would like to do better, but the best way to fix that is to run the ball better.
Speaking of Keaton, he didn't look as crisp as I think we've seen him earlier this year in that last game. Is there a reason for that, or is it just getting the rust off from the bye week, or just you expect him to be back to what we've seen earlier?
Yeah, he didn't have a great game, but nobody did. I mean, Saturday was not a good day at all, and it starts with me, and I take responsibility for it. But I have a lot of belief in him and expect him to bounce back and play well. And He, that's what I expect.
How close is Aiden to coming back, and how much do you think him not being available has affected the run game so far?
I think he's really close. I think there's a good chance he'll play this week, and we miss him. Yeah, I think Aiden's a good player, and he did a great job in fall camp, and obviously we watched very closely what he did last year. Rushed for 1,000 yards last year, so we'd love to get him back, and looking forward to his return.
Do you feel like Chase has ascended to the number 1 role at wide receiver?
We don't really think of it that way, but Chase has been. I think he's been very productive, and he is playing good football. I mean, he's been a bright spot in what a situation that's been difficult. He's been a bright spot for sure. Okay, that was fun. Wow. Thanks for being nice, guys.
Hopefully we didn't beat you up too